Bienvenue à notre étude sur le roman Le Comte de Monte-Cristo. Avant de commencer à lire le livre, il est important de comprendre la vie de l'auteur et toute l'information autour du livre. Donc, avant de commencer, on peut savoir que c'était publié en 1884, donc c'est un livre qui est super ancien. C'était fait par Alexandre Dumas, et on voit une image d'Alexandre Dumas ici. Il était en effet né, so his birth name was Dumas Davy de la Padatetiri, so super fancy. Il était né en 1802 et il est mort en 1870. Ses parents étaient Haïtiens, so his parents were both grown up and were born in Haiti. They then moved to Paris, to France, where he was born. So both families of color. Il avait presque aucune éducation. Il connaissait des mythes et des histoires du Bible. Son calligraphie était exceptionnelle, so you can see his calligraphy example on the bottom here, but he wasn't formally educated. Sa famille était très pauvre. Alexandre a quitté pour Paris pour voir ce qu'il pouvait faire. He had little money in his pocket. He left for Paris just to see what he could accomplish. Il a beaucoup travaillé avec un auteur qui s'appelle Auguste Maquet, and there's a picture of Auguste to the side there. Auguste was like a collaborator, so the two of them worked together on ideas and developing each other's ideas. Alexandre Dumas est un auteur français. Il a commencé avec des pièces de théâtre avant d'écrire les romans. Ces romans sont traduits en plusieurs langues. So as much as they were originally written in French, they were then translated to many, many different languages across Europe. Il est un auteur qui est très connu pour ses romans. He's very well known. One of the biggest other ones, aside from Le Comte de Monte-Cristo, is Les Trois Mousquetaires, so the Three Musketeers. Il est aussi fondateur du théâtre historique en Paris, France. So he was so successful, he founded this massive theater in France. Sa bataille était toujours contre le racisme. Personne ne voulait pas lui écouter parce qu'il était noir. So, similar themes with perhaps what's happening in today's world. But because he was an author, a black author, nobody really wanted to listen to what he had to say, and they didn't really believe that he had anything intelligent to say. À cette époque, so just kind of what's going on to give you some historical context, dans le 18e siècle, so in the 1700s, il y avait un esprit critique. So the kind of the thinking in the 1700s was, it's all for science. We're thinking, we're believing what is factual. But remember, this book was published in the mid-1800s. So what happened after that was called le romantisme, which started in 1815 and was a period to 1850. Et on retourne, on se fie à l'instant, au sentiment. So what was more important, instead of science, instead of facts, it was how do I feel about it? What is my gut? What is my instinct? Il y avait une priorité sur le moi, okay, so we're focusing on me, et les passions. So what are my passions? What are my feelings? Very, very emotional time period. Un des buts, one of the goals de cette époque, était de provoquer des émotions. So we're looking at architecture, for example, Notre-Dame de Paris, Galerie Victor-Emmanuel II, and all of the things were done grand with such grandeur was because we wanted to provoke emotions. You wanted to get an emotional response out of people when they saw it, like gasping and wow, this is so beautiful. Another example with some artwork, so we have Le Radeau de la Méduse in 1819 and La Liberté guidant le peuple in 1830. Lots of emotion and power here. A lot of these things are based on real life, and this is right around the time of the French Revolution, so there's a lot of power and war and destruction. There's a lot of deep colors that are used, again, to try to get that emotional reaction. On peut écouter la chanson Fantasie par Chopin. So if you do any amount of piano playing, Chopin is a very well-known artist. So that's an example of a song there, again, qui veut provoquer les émotions. Notre plan pour l'étude du roman. Donc, chaque lundi, je m'attends à que vous lisez les chapitres que je vous donne. Vous apprendrez le vocabulaire, que vous répondrez aux questions et que vous venez en classe prête à discuter du roman. Et voici le plan. Donc, le roman est divisé en deux parties, partie 1 et partie 2. On commence partie 1 aujourd'hui, le 19 novembre. Et pour devoir, vous allez devoir lire chapitre 1 à 3. C'est à peu près 3 chapitres. Les tests, donc on commence avec 3 chapitres, un autre 3 chapitres, un autre 3 chapitres, et après on fait 4 chapitres et 4 chapitres pour terminer. The only day we're doing this not on a Monday is actually the 13th of December, which is a Thursday, because we need to wrap it up that day. Just a couple points about le dialogue. So if you open your book and turn to one of the very, very first pages, so if you turn to page 9, for example, just to get an idea, chaque ligne, so all of these little lines, est une ligne de dialogue. And so the line itself is called un tiret. Instead of using quotation marks like we do in English, this is what they do to say somebody new is speaking. Mais il peut aussi contenir de l'information qui va avec la citation. So I'm gonna show you an example of that. And tu dois te rappeler qui parle. You kind of have to follow along the conversation and keep in mind who is speaking each and every time. So let's look at an example here. This is taken straight from the middle of page 9. Dante, qu'est-ce qu'il passait? Et pourquoi cet air triste? Lui demande l'armateur. Et là, monsieur Morel, le capitaine Leclerc est mort, après avoir eu la fièvre pendant 3 jours. Quel malheur! Il a raison? And then it continues, but the point of this is to show you who is different speaking. So the blue text, we have somebody speaking. The yellow text is somebody else replying to him. And then the blue text, somebody is replying to him. Or the first person is replying once again. But the little white stuff that I have left there is actually side text. So it's not included in the quote. Somebody is not saying, lui demande à l'armateur. That is telling you, as the reader, what is actually happening. So you just have to get used to understanding the fact that not everything beside that little dash mark is actually somebody speaking. It could be these kind of like side notes. And then, okay, the big question is, okay, who is speaking? Because it's not super, super obvious. Here we have Dante, who is speaking in yellow. And how do we know that? Well, because in the very first line in the blue, it says, Dante, what is happening? And so obviously that person is asking the person with whom he's speaking what's happening, and he's calling him by his name, which is Dante. So we know that the person who replies to him must be Dante. And then we go back and we say, okay, well, who's the person in blue? We know that's Monsieur Morel. Because in the yellow line, it says, là, Monsieur Morel. As in, là, hey, Monsieur Morel. He's replying to the person that just asked him the question. So we know that's Monsieur Morel. You will get the hang of this as thing goes on. And it will be possible for you to understand. So il est important, il est super, super important de comprendre que vous aurez de la difficulté au début. This will be hard. Reading a novel will be hard for you, okay? It's a lot of text that you have to read. But ne vous découragez pas. You are very capable of doing it. You've done a lot of reading practice, and that's just leading you up to here reading a story. Aussi, super important, vous ne devez pas comprendre chaque mot. Trying to understand each individual word and going on word reference and translating one word at a time or even a sentence at a time is going to at least triple the amount of time it is going to take you to read this text. And that is very, very inefficient. It will drive you crazy. Donc, je vous encourage de comprendre l'idée de chaque phrase. Make sure you just have a general idea of what is happening in each sentence. This will get easier as the book goes on. But that is what's most important here, okay? Bon courage, tout le monde.